Hi, this is Lucas from lucaspetenka.blogspot.com, and today I'll share with you some of my thoughts on the martial arts. Since audio recording apparently didn't work out, I'll just narrate this clip on the fly. So what all of this is about is the warrior warm-up routine. This routine is a warm-up specifically designed for use in Shinergy classes. Now, since Shinergy is a modern 21st century martial art, we've decided to abandon traditional warm-ups and instead do something more scientific. In this approach, we're following the ideas and principles of people like Mark Verstegen, Mike Boyle, Gray Cook and the like, who are all great minds in the field of strength and conditioning training. Still, we feel that the martial arts are a very unique sport, and hence special considerations need to be made when it comes to creating a functional warm-up. So what the warrior warm-up routine does is it gives you a good cardiovascular warm-up, it strengthens phasic muscles, it stretches tonic muscles, mobilizes joints that need mobility and stabilizes those that need stability. Hence, it's a warm-up flow that will perfectly prepare you for action and decrease the overall probability for injury. Another important thing about this routine is that it helps you focus on the task at hand, which is to perform at your best during training. Going through those same motions over and over again will condition your mind to go to an optimal state whenever you perform the routine. Modern sports psychology calls this an anchor. So it's really all about getting your mind on the mat, right into the here and now, where it belongs. So enjoy the warrior warm-up routine. Great, so before doing anything fancy, we'll just start off by mobilizing all those joints. Pavel Zasulin did a great job in his book Super Joints, explaining why joint mobilization is important before training. So we'll just start with the head and circle and then go over to the shoulders. Continue with the arms. Here you can do like diametrically opposing movements to do some coordination training. Nothing fancy here, just really basic moves. After we've really mobilized those shoulders, we're getting up on one leg and we're just circling our forearms. Again, you can do this in a variety of ways, so you can be a bit creative here if this is too straightforward for you, but I think this is a very important part of training, but you don't need to overdo it, really. It's just simple, go through the motions and don't freak out on this part, really. Now, it's important to do some spine alignment exercise, so really it's nothing, it's mobilization. We'll just continue with some standing bird dog for those yoga people amongst you, if any. I'm showing this from the side so you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm just extending my spine and flexing it. It's really important to notice that all we're doing here should be in sync with your breathing. I mean, as a martial artist, you know that breathing is just about everything. You stop breathing, you get gassed out, you lose, so really try to focus on your breathing. Well, when the spine's done, we'll just do some hip mobilization, so it's again nothing special, just circles from the inside to the outside and vice versa. We'll do those for both sides, and Then we'll just finish with the hands and the ankles. Just take your time and mobilize more where you feel like it. For me, it's the ankles and the knees, because those did suffer over the last years, so I'm really taking my time on those. But it's really pretty much up to you how much time you spend on mobilizing the joints. Since all of this is very low to no stress, yeah, you can just take your time, and it's hard to do too much of those, really. Good. Okay, so now it's time to actually do something. So as you see, I'm stepping backward into a lunge. As I'm coming up, I'm throwing a knee strike. Take care not to lean to any side, just keep your torso upright. You should inhale as you go down into the lunge, exhale as you strike with the knee. Don't forget to extend the leg you're standing on. I want to see a full hip extension. This is important for your kicks. Also, don't rotate too far, just don't work against your body. In the end, it's the only one you've got. This will warm up your glutes and quads and get your heart rate up a bit. Also, those obliques will work a bit. Obliques are very, very important for a fighter. So, once you feel you did enough, you're properly warmed up, at least for some basic pre-stretches. You stretch your quads a bit and your hip flexors. Always stretch in a dynamic manner, increasing the stretch as you exhale and loosening up a bit as you inhale. Then it's time to stretch the hip flexors more as you exhale, and do the hamstrings as you inhale. Again, this is a dynamic move. Stick your torso to your thigh over the whole time. If your torso leaves the thigh, you're not flexible enough to do that kind of amplitude. To get some tonus back into the hip flexors and prevent you from cooling down, we'll do some mountain climbers. Just choose 5 to 15. Seemed like a good idea, but you really need to listen to your body on this one. We'll just repeat the whole stretching thing for the other side. So it's again quads and hip flexors. Dynamically exhale as you stretch, inhale as you loosen up, and hip flexors and hamstrings. For me, the hammies are something of a weak spot. I'm tight, so I spend a bit more time here, but really it's all you. Just take as much or as little time as you feel fit. For me, stretching for about 6 to 8 breaths did turn out to be a good thing. Again, some mountain climbers to get heart rate up, and we'll go back into the initial position. So now we'll be doing drop lunges. You cross your legs and twist your hips back so that they're in a neutral position. Pay attention to your mechanical axis. The point of your kneecap should point in the direction of your middle finger. On the foot, obviously. After you did the drop lunge, you just take a step to the side and again dynamically stretch your hip adductors. Speaking of the hip, you should feel the stretch in your hip abductors and the outside of your hip, and you'll stretch the IT band and you go down. What I showed you just a second before that was your knee isn't allowed to go inwards, so pay close attention to the mechanical axis. You can really screw up your knees by not paying attention to the mechanical axis. This is a great exercise used by Mark Verstegen in his core performance movement prep system. It'll take some time to really master the move and really get your mechanical axis where it belongs, but it's well worth it. You should really take it easy, don't work against your body, and again, it's inhale as you go down and exhale as you come up, and inhale as you loosen up and exhale as you intensify the stretch. Always keep that rear hip pushing forward to a neutral position. This is your best bet for getting a good mechanical axis. As you see, this isn't very easy, so you might have to correct foot placement before actually dropping down, but that's okay. Just take your time, learn the move, master the basics, and you'll be fine. Don't go overboard with the stretches here, we'll do some of them later. Get back into the initial position. To work knees, the ankles and your T-spine, we'll be doing some of Matt Fury's Hindu squats. Point your fingers to the ceiling, don't point them forward, and pay attention to your mechanical axis. No cowboy stance, no slacking, knees don't go inward, just play it safe and really open up the chest. Now we'll be doing some bent over T-spine rotations to further increase T-spine mobility and improve overall movement quality. This is hard for most people, so don't overdo it again. Then we'll go down in a V position and stretch the calves. Again, this is a dynamic stretch. We don't do static stretches. You lower the heels as you exhale and you raise them a bit as you inhale, so the stretch is more intense as you exhale. Now from here, we'll be going right into another one of Matt Fury's exercises, the Hindu push-up. You notice I'm doing this pretty slow, so just take your time and follow your breathing rhythm. On the top position, inhale. As you go down, exhale. On the bottom position, inhale. And then go back on the shortest path as you exhale. Take your time at both top and bottom position. If this is too hard, do it on your knees. If you're getting tired and the rest of the class is still doing it, just hold the bottom position or hold the top position, just whatever feels comfortable for you. Now we'll be stretching the pecs, the chest. Again, you intensify the stretch as you exhale and you loosen up as you inhale. Now I'll just jump back so you can see me better. No need to do that. We'll be doing some core stability exercises. So you first go forward and basically take a 2-point stance. You go backward to your initial position and do the same. Then you're going to the left. And again, you're going up on your left leg and your left hand. Right hand and right leg are raised. Just hold every position for about 2 to 3 breath strokes. If you're advanced, you can hold them longer. If you're a beginner, just hold them for a shorter time period. It's not that important, really. Get down flat on your belly, put your forehead into the ground, and do some scorpion stretches. Again, exhale as you stretch, inhale as you come back to the initial position. Your shoulders should stay relatively flat on the floor. Obviously, you won't be able to keep them there completely, but just no big movements. Now we'll bring some tonus back into the spinal erectors and the muscles of the upper back. So again, I'm doing this slowly, so should you. Just follow your breathing rhythm. Bend your arms as you inhale, stretch them as you exhale. This is actually an anatomical breathing pattern. Push yourself up in a push-up position and come forward. Great, so now we want to come into a sitting position. You can be creative here. I'm just showing the advanced version. And now we'll be doing some pelvis rolls. Get up as you inhale, get down as you exhale. Just to get some tonus into the hip flexors. Now we'll get ready to throw some high kicks. So first we'll make use of the antagonistic, so the reciprocal inhibition. Push down the leg that's on the ground, kneecap first, so you should really press your hamstrings and your heel and everything into the ground hard. As you do that, straighten the other leg as you exhale and bend it as you inhale. Now we're doing isometric stretches, so for 5 to 6 seconds, push your leg against the resistance of your arms. After that, for 3 to 4 breaststrokes, dynamically stretch even further. Repeat the whole process for 3, 4, or 5 times, just whatever you feel fit. After that, we'll work on the hip abductors for a bit. I've come to call that the jiu-jitsu stretch or judo stretch, because you need this for the guard, for the rubber guard, and for the triangle chokes, so it comes in handy. When you're done, just lift your hips, do a triangle, and stretch the other side. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. This is a dynamic stretch, so you intensify the stretch as you exhale, and you loosen up as you inhale. Again, we'll be doing the reciprocal inhibition thing. Push the right leg down and stretch the left one. Keep that pressure into the ground at all times. After that, again, some isometric stretches and dynamic stretches. Push the leg away from you and then dynamically stretch further. If you're interested in the methods we're using, you should definitely read up Tom Kurt's Stretching Scientifically and Pavel Tsatsouline Fast and Loose and Pavel Tsatsouline Relax and to Stretch. I mean, there's so much good literature on the topic. I just can't bother to go into all of them right now. So now we'll be stretching the hip adductors. They're particularly important for throwing round kicks and spinning back kicks and everything that's sidekick like. So again, it's a dynamic stretch. You intensify the stretch as you exhale, and you loosen up as you inhale. After that, we'll be using the isometric stretches by pressing the legs together, trying to bring them together against the resistance of the hands. It's isometric, so the legs shouldn't actually move. Isometric, Yeah, sometimes Greek pays off. It's the same length. After you've really pressed your legs together and really worked those adductor muscles, you stretch dynamically for a couple of breaths, and then you do the reciprocal inhibition by pressing your legs to the outside against the resistance of your arms, and again do a couple of dynamic stretches. So especially if you're not very used to stretching your hips a lot, this will be an awkward feeling, so we're bringing some tonus back into the hip adductors. Inhale as you open your legs, exhale as you close them. It's a controlled move, don't rush, just again play it safe, do it slowly, follow your breathing rhythm. That's generally a good idea. Great, so now we'll be bringing some tension back to the hamstrings and glutes and your lower back. Keep your thighs on one line and just do a shoulder bridge. You can raise a leg, raise the hands, whatever feels good for you. Then we'll do a rope sit-up, so just imagine pulling yourself up on a rope. Last, to finish things, we'll be doing get-ups. So look at my knees, this is what I want to see, this is not what I want to see. Neither is this. So keep your mechanical axis straight. The point of your kneecap goes straight over your middle finger. When you've mastered your mechanical axis, you can add some dynamic elements by jumping. Don't make this a hard landing. And finally, the highest level is a deck pistol. So getting up on one leg and straightly going into the yoga warrior position. This will again stretch your hamstrings and work your dynamic and static stability, and it's just a great exercise. Basically, you should know how to do this. Well, this was the warrior warm-up routine. Give it a try. I hope you enjoy it. So long. Take care.